caught 2 touchdown passes in the end zone just like this. Yes, he did. And it's none other than my nephew, Tavon Mason. Everybody give God a hand clap of praise for the man of God. Come on up, Brother Tavon, my nephew. Love you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank y'all for allowing me to come and worship with y'all this morning. Me and my team and my son, Erica Connie, my son TJ, we came all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, where I was born and raised. I would like to thank Bishop Thompson for allowing me to come do his service.
Amen. Praise God.
And also my uncle again, as he said, he's been on the sideline since I was in rec high school. I remember him chasing me up the sideline to get a picture of me. My uncle, Pastor James Mason, my cousins and his wife. It's funny because this is a great day as far as with the youth ministry. That's what I do myself with my program and with my foundation, my Tavon Mason Love the Kids Foundation. It was kind of hard wondering, like, what do I want to do once I'm done with the whole football thing and, you know, everything. And since I was young, I always wanted to do something to help children, to give back to the kids, because I always believe that, you know, once I pass on or move on and get older, someone has to take over where we left off. And I know you see it in the DC area, the PG area, and it is running rapid in the Baltimore area with a lot of the youth violence. It's just crazy to me that it kind of like switched over from adults taking out adults to now the kids just freely with wanting to execute each other. So we have it now where a lot of parents, such as yourself, grandparents, you know, are burying their kids when it should be the other way around.
My God.
And it's sad to me, even in my 20s, I'm 33 now, but even in my 20s, it broke my heart because of just saying that, you know, just turn on the news. I don't even watch the news anymore because I'm tired of saying 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13 and 14-year-olds, another victim shot, or 10 bodies found this day, 10 bodies found that day. So along my mission of helping kids, I started in 2011 of going to hospitals and surprising the kids at children's hospitals. And at the children's hospitals I was visiting were hospitals where you have young kids from newborn to elementary school, middle school, and high school that have to stay in this hospital for up to 4 months to a year and never see pure daylight as we were able to see when we walked out our doors. And so I was thinking, what can I do to bring some cheer to these kids that not able to run around, not able to play, not able to, you know, get on our nerves, you know, get on their parents' nerves, but are stuck in a hospital bed in a small window. So I came up with the idea of doing a character slipper drive.
Amen.
So I did this drive, and we all know the characters, we SpongeBob's and everything, and I collected all these slippers, and me and my team, we went to these hospitals and we surprised the kids. I didn't do it based off of my NFL tag. I do it because that's what I wanted to do in my heart. Every time I go and speak, I put the football tag last because I want everybody to see me as them. Not, okay, we have an NFL player in here, but no, he's somebody that really truly cares about his community. And then I'll say, oh yeah, you know, I used to play with the NFL. And then of course that brings out the smiles. But my first priority is to give back. You know, and have been doing that since high school. While riding down here, I was thinking, like, what do you, Tavon, what do you want to talk about, or how do you want to present yourself? It's Youth Sunday, but at the same time, we also have adults here. So I just kept thinking about my second book that I'm writing now, and the title of it is What's Your Purpose? Amen. And I believe everybody have a purpose on something, whether it's a bad purpose or a good purpose. God made your purpose for a reason. But with that purpose that you decide to take on, he decides where he wants to end your road. So if you decide that you want to lead the bad life like a lot of people do, there's always a shortcomings with that. But if you allow yourself to give to your community and to give without receiving, even as simple as just telling somebody hi, good morning, to put a smile on somebody's face, God's going to create that road so it never ends. The same way a highway ends. 95 South never ends. Keep going down. So I also wanted to tag that to say, so what was my purpose? Definitely grew up heavy in the church. Grew up in a Catholic church, our background, but as I got older, my mom and dad wasn't the type that say, well, you have to do this because I said you have to do this. After I got to high school, they kind of cut the rope and said, you find your way. So, yeah, of course, teenager in college, I kind of swayed away from going to church like that. And even now, I don't go to church heavy, but I do my readings on my own. I like to be within myself and do my readings. So I'm figuring, what is my purpose that God has for me? So, and I also believe that he made me a prophet in a certain way. But his way for me to minister, he wanted me to be right down to ground zero, as I call it. He want me in the school.
Yes, sir.
He want me down in the churches. He want me on the streets talking to kids. He want me to be face to face with them and spread his word the same through my mouth and through the way I feel it. A little bit about myself. And a lot of people might not know because you see the suit, you see everything. I sport 36 tattoos. Wow. Right. But I also graduated top 10% of my high school class with a 3.65 grade point average. I also graduated from the University of Virginia, which is one of the top public institutions in America or in the nation.
That's right.
So basically what I'm saying to my kids and to everybody, don't allow something to dictate what type of road you want to travel. I think the problem that we have is that we're quick to judge. We can't do that. Only God can do that.
Come on.
We can't judge.
Yes, sir.
I can't judge you. I can't just sit there and stare at you guys, never met none of y'all, and just make my assumption about y'all. Because we do that with each other every day. It doesn't matter your race, your gender, your creed. We do that on a daily basis. They do it in politics. They do it on the TV. They do it in the radio. This person is this person is that. Like we weren't built to make a mistake or trip up. But the thing that you have to do once you trip up is how you reset yourself. Do you gonna keep tripping and tripping and tripping until you fall flat on your face? Or you gonna get back up, you gonna brush your pants off, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl underwear on and say, I'm going to storm and make this happen. So that's the one thing we have to do is stop judging each other. And open our arms and open our minds and accept one another. And never quit. Never give up the fight. You see something going on that's wrong within your family or a friend, keep telling them. Because the more you repeat it, it's the same way as you practice. You keep practicing something, you get better at it. If that person keep hearing you, keep telling them, you need to change this, or how about you do this, or how about you come to church with me, or how about you sit down and talk to me, eventually they're going to fold. And they're going to open up. But it's all about what fight you have in you. I came up with this slogan while going through this process of starting my organization called Dare to Be Great. And the Dare to Be Great slogan is what I present to all the kids when I speak to them. Because I think a lot of times in the community and in the world, our kids are put to be average. And not saying by us as adults, by their peers, by what they see on television. So basically it's like a herd of cattle. Cattle gonna go the same way that everybody else goes. So our kids figure, well, if I go the same way and stay average, then I'll be fine. But I didn't want to do that to myself. I wanted to go on the off exit. While everybody's going straight, I wanted to go right. So I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be original. I wanted to be an innovator. And that's what I ask of the kids that are here today. No matter your age, I want y'all to be an innovator. You don't have to have all the the $200 and $300 pair of tennis shoes. How about take $50 shoes and say, Mom, how about we sit and put something together for a science fair? God created everything for us to sample, but he didn't want it to be where he'd give us all the handouts all the time. He wanted to say, okay, I'm gonna set you right. I'm gonna give you colleges. I'm gonna give you roads. I'm gonna give you these nice houses. I'm gonna give you money. I'm not gonna give some money because I want to see how you gonna fight or swim, and see how much fight you got in it. Because you think about it, when God walked that road, when he had to carry that cross by himself, he walked it by himself. But he didn't want us to walk by ourselves, so that's why he laid everything out for it. And he will forgive us for our sins, 1 to 100 times. But I think the thing that he will not do is walk the road for us.
Oh, Lord.
He gonna give us the destruction. That's why we have earthquakes. That's why we have hurricanes. That's why we have the things we have. But he want to test your will. How strong are you? Because he was strong. If he wasn't strong, he would have folded. He would have did what the Roman guards did. He would have just went with them. I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm not gonna say that I can heal you because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to die for y'all. He would have said that, but no, he didn't. He sit there and he took metal nails in his hands and his feet so that we can be able to do this, so we can all sit together. You know, again, I'm born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. I don't have a squeaky clean past. You know, nobody does.
Amen.
But again, it goes back to, are we going to judge one another based off of that, or we can continue to try to grab each other by the hands, no matter your race and your creed, and try to walk this road together? Because that's the one thing that we don't have. We don't have that continuity between each other. Because in one breath, we quick to say, hey, how you doing? Give each other a hug. And then what happens when we leave? We quick to talk about that person.